Chapter 739. Yumi watched everyone who had surrendered. Then she slowly entered the living room with Wilbur. They sat in the living room. The leader of the assassins, Miss Gardner, the leader of the ninjas, Fern Gardner, and her general, Sid Gardner, all knelt before them. The injury on her back was burning still. However, she did not have time for that. She looked at the three of them and said slowly, "From now on, all operations have to be permitted by me, otherwise, it's the death penalty." "Yes, madam," said the three of them simultaneously with lowered gazes. "The Gardners went through a crisis. We need time to rest and recover. Go back and cancel all operations. Await my orders." "Yes, madam." Suddenly, Yumi looked at Wilbur. Wilbur said nonchalantly, "Your trouble has only begun, but they do need to rest." "What do you mean, sir?" Yumi subconsciously called him sir. Wilbur replied, "The four major families won't let go of this opportunity. You should be prepared to fight." Yumi nodded slowly and looked at the three leaders. She said, "Go back and calculate our losses. Report the list of personnel who can participate in battle, treat the wounded, and be ready to fight at any time." "Yes, madam." The three leaders bowed, and then they left. "Sir, when do you think they will wage war with us?" asked Yumi while frowning. Wilbur smiled faintly and said, "Just wait. I believe it won't take days." Yumi nodded slowly. The head of the Winchesters, Roy Winchester, was short and muscular. He was sitting cross-legged in the Octa Thunder Shrine with three other men. Roy looked at the three men and said in a low voice, "Kane Gardner is dead. I believe we all know about that." The three men were the heads of the other three major families in Keratopia: Benedict Zion of the Zions, Andrew Hexen of the Hexens, and Tay Cinder of the Cinders. The three of them nodded slowly when they heard what Roy said. "I invited you all here to say that the Gardners have fallen. I can't believe they asked someone from Dasha to interfere with their family business. For thousands of years, we were the five major families with royal blood in Keratopia. I think we have to step in and get rid of that outsider before he's in charge of the Gardners," said Roy slowly. "I agree." Benedict placed his hand together inside his sleeves and squinted. Andrew raised his defined eyebrows and said slowly, "Me too." Tay chuckled and said, "I should be the bearer of the truth. That Dasha outsider is very powerful, and he's endangering the safety of our families. We have to work together to get rid of him and split what's left of the Gardners. This is our initial goal anyway, right?" Roy, Benedict, and Andrew looked toward Tay at the same time. Tay had delicate features, and he looked like an educated scholar, but there was something cynical about him. No one dared to underestimate Tay. He was a powerful shadow-level cultivator after all. Roy asked slowly, "What do you think we should do, Mr. Cinder?" "Let's use that Dasha guy as an excuse to wage a battle against the Gardners," said Tay while smiling. "What kind of battle?" asked Benedict. Tay replied nonchalantly, "A battle to the death, of course. We have to kill every Gardner, along with that Dasha guy. No one should be left alive. I think we should wage a battle 3 days later at the mountaintop of Fuji Mountain. We have sufficient reasons for all the assassins and ninjas in Keratopia to join us. This is also an opportunity for us to show our strength," said Andrew. "What if that girl doesn't dare face the battle?" asked Roy. Tay smiled and replied, "If she doesn't dare to show up, we will eradicate the Gardners in 3 days. We will kill that girl and the Dasha guy with the reason that the royal blood in Keratopia should not be tainted. The Gardners have no right to exist." The four of them looked at each other and smiled at the same time.